I think my colleagues who are in elected office sometimes forget who their bosses are. In a democracy, our bosses are people. In a democracy, our power comes from people, and those are the people of the United States of America, who are the only ones in a position to rein in a rogue president. I will say it because it needs to be said. A wannabe Adolf Hitler. The United Nations has moral authority. It has the ability to speak to the people in the United States.
Many of you have already raised concerns about the deployment of the National Guard in U.S. cities, the militarization of law enforcement, the abusive immigration crackdowns, and other serious setbacks in the protection of fundamental rights. We are here because the federal government under the Trump administration has failed to meet even the most basic expectations of transparency and accountability before this council. This refusal to engage in good faith with international mechanisms for accountability and oversight is a moral failure.
I represent the vast majority of immigrants in LA County. 10 million people who come from 140 countries, who speak over 225 languages, and they are afraid to leave home, to go to work. There have been raids in schools. There have been raids in every corner of the county. And so these actions clearly represent human rights violations of a magnitude that must be taken seriously by all of us, by you, by all of us. When the state of California has to file close to 50 lawsuits against our very own federal government in an effort to protect our residents' constitutional rights that are being violated every day, we have a problem of big proportion. And when the president sends tanks into the streets and disappears people are taken from home, off the street, from their families, from schools, without any rights, being held without access to counsel. I believe we're in trouble, and it's going to take the world's eye and the world's voice to hold him accountable.
Even though the United States at the moment is possessed of a troubling disease, the fever will break. It has broken before. It will break again. My oath, very specifically, is to seek justice. Justice is a moral notion in addition to a legal one, and we are to uphold the Constitution and the laws of the United States, which of course connects us to international law.
These are not just abstract policy issues. They are the lived reality of our neighbors, and they are human rights violations. But I also come before you to share the work that is happening in resistance to these injustices. Because here in Chicago, we are taking concrete steps through executive orders, local policy reforms, and community organizing to ensure that our city protects all of our people. We cannot do this work alone, though. And that is why I call on this council to hold the federal government of the United States to the same standards of accountability you apply elsewhere in the world. No country should be above international law. Human rights are universal, or they are meaningless.